Hello everybody, my name is Fythodas and here is the new build, a very nice build, a build for all of you to enjoy and feast your eyes on if you are hungry with for new good builds. Here we have it. So this is a build where I'm using all 8 curses. It is for farming currency, this one here. And I tried on this build, if possible, to max out all of my resistances while having all these curses activated. And this is what I have now. This is of course with all of my skills here activated. Let's activate this one. We have perfect fire resistance, 63% cold, 69 lightning, perfect pierce, 63 vitality, 37 poison, 56 and minus 28, but the combined armor is very high already. So yeah, I was trying to get these resistances as close to maximum as possible. I will show you the items later, and to do so I decided to go with a dragon hunter and with a thrown weapon. Here with attribute points, I have spent points only on strength, most points went on strength because I had to equip some items like this one which requires 655, I have 680. And the rest of my points went to dexterity because I also needed for a couple of items dexterity and also to increase offensive ability. Offensive ability is useless when you use a thrown weapon. Offensive ability helps the player only when you play with a melee weapon. And these are my secondary resistances. Of course, maxing out both primary and secondary resistances is very hard to do so. And actually to have a build that actually deals some damage and kills enemies in Legendary. Here we have it. It is a Dragon Hunter. We have Hunting and Rune Mastery. In Hunting Mastery we have maxed out the skill Study Prey and Flash Out add-on because they reduce resistance of enemies and you deal more damage to them. We have maxed out the Maxima Sip and we use Maxima Sip with the 2 add-ons. This is very powerful, very good. We play a thrown weapon build as feral. The Valley, which is also maxed out. We have the Art of the Hunt maxed out, only 1 point spent on fight cover and 1 point spent on trailblazing. And we have maxed out the Wood Lore and the Herbal Remedy. These are the skills, at least for now, in this mastery. In Rune Mastery, we have 1 point spent on Sacred Rage and 1 of Frightening Power. Later I will probably spend more points on these 2. We have this one maxed out, Runeward Explode. This is a very awesome skill, and maxed out also the Burn, which releases fragments and applies burn damage on enemies that it hits. We have the Absorb, to absorb some energy and to have energy release retaliation when we use our shield. Maxed out Thunderstrike and the add-on Unleash. Very nice one. This one more chances for confusing enemies when you max it out and more electrical burn damage. Of course we have maxed out Rune of Life, it is absolutely mandatory for this build specifically, especially. We have Menhir Goal at level 10 of 10, which is maxed out but not naturally maxed out, because we are using items that provide +1 to skills or something like that. And I have spent only a couple of points on Guardian Stones. I will probably max out this one later as well. This is very powerful when you take it up to maximum levels. Now for the items. We have the Glory Bringer, Greater Artifact, yes, in Legendary. This one, if I take it off, I lose access to this one. It also provides some resistances and +1 to skills and health points. So, overall, for this specific build, this is a great item, even for end game. We have the Plate of Tutatis, many resistances and armor protection. This is very, very good. Of course, the total speed debuff is very bad. But we get the 27% defensive ability buff, which is very helpful. This is how we have 959 defensive ability, which is very good. The Devourer's Dredge. This is an Eternal Embers item. It provides resistances. I'm using it for the resistances, especially the bleeding and elemental resistance is 57% elemental, amazing. And health points and life leech resistance and whatnot. At very high base armor, this item is awesome, but it requires 650 strength. Here we have the Hagin and Manin. This one is very, very good for resistances, armor, and also some buffs to damage, pierce, bleeding, attack speed. And also the Study Prey skill, but we use the other skill of the mastery that we have, but sometimes it triggers and it helps as well. Here we have the Transcendent Helmet of Regeneration from Ragnarok Act. Very, very awesome item. Unfortunately, I didn't have a legendary Crystal of Erebos with the completed bonus to be resistances, and I'm using this one. If I had that one, maybe my elemental and vitality resistances now would have been maxed out at 80%, maybe. But anyway, it is what it is. This is what I had, this is what I'm using. Now, here we have the Dune Raider knives. I'm using this thrown weapon because I wanted to put some bleeding resistance on, and this Tatois whatever gluttony relic on this weapon provides bleeding resistance, but it also provides bleeding damage over time and attack speed, which is very crucial. Because I don't have a high average damage with this setup, but if I get more attack speed, then I'm increasing my DPS and I'm getting more effectiveness out of my attacks this way. Overall, this item is very good on its own, powerful enough, and now it becomes even better with this add-on and with the marksmanship skill, this one of Hunting Mastery. Maxed out especially. We have the Shield Aeonios, legendary shield. Many resistances and armor protection and defensive ability, awesome item, a high requirement to strength, but good things have requirements. Now for the jewels we have Myrmidon's Pendant, many resistances and also buffs to health, physical damage and to avoid projectiles. The work with skill is useless because it doesn't work with thrown weapons. Here we have the Sage's Seal of Harmony from Eternal Ember's Act. This of Harmony suffix provides the many resistances that we see. Sage's provides the 228 energy. And I went with the Demon's Blood because I wanted to get Vitality, Stun and Elemental resistances. Now this happened because my skill, this one, wore off. This is the nice thing. When you click it, Zack, you dress up. Now everything is fine. The Harmony, and here we have Resisted Seal of Harmony. So we get 2 times fire resistance because one comes from the resisted prefix and the other fire resistance comes from the of Harmony suffix. And again I went with Demon's Blood where I got even more vitality damage resistance. So again, if I had the legendary Crystal of Erebos on this one, my vitality resistance would have been maxed out at 80% and these two would probably have been maxed out. Because if you put, 69 plus 10, if I remember correctly they go up to 20%, the bonus. So it would be 79, this would have been 73, this would have been 80, yeah. Anyway, what can you do? This is the build, the setup. We have the skills down here, we have average damage DPS, attack speed is very good. Minus 50, perfect, minus 50, minus 50, minus 50, minus 50, minus 31, 50. Movement speed, we don't have any buffs here. Defensive ability is okay, chance to avoid attacks, okay, block chance is very good. And here we don't have anything special, 170% priest damage buff. So this is the build. I have one more all curses build to show you in the near future. Let's go kill something so that you can see how this enemy deals damage. How this build deals damage to enemies, I wanted to say. Okay, I'm out of energy potions. I will need to buy potions to be able to do some. Let's go buy potions. These enemies will have to wait for their demise to come. It will come, but in a minute.
going out there, don't go unprepared. It's not safe. Buy what you need. Goodbye.
Okay. Easy.
Traveler, please.
It also depends on the enemy how fast it will get killed by this build.
Now I can make the journey.
Also, I don't have any legendary items of the legendary items I'm using right now. I don't have any upgraded. Imagine if I upgrade the legendaries, all these items here, and if I get good resistance stats on these items via the upgrades. And what if that way I max out some of these resistances? Oops.
I know it's dangerous. I know.
Okay, you pick up the necklace, you open up the chest, you pick up nothing because there is bullcrap there. You pick up the gold. So, more or less, this is the gameplay of this build. Of course, I haven't played through bosses and the campaign yet with this one. But it is very interesting to take this build throughout the whole game and see how it performs. And of course, it is not the most powerful build, nor is it the best build when it comes to surviving. But it is very good at surviving because of the resistances. But remember, the point of this build was to try even to max out primary resistances while having all 8 curses activated. And if you don't have the entire arsenal of items at your disposal to be able to select the right items to make the perfect, if you could say this way, build for this specific purpose, then it is very hard to reach the maximum resistances. Boom, boom, boom. It is a fun build to play though, overall 26,000 already. Now remember, if this build to some people would seem maybe weak to damage output, what would happen if you took this build in epic difficulty and you decided to use it in epic difficulty only for farming, currency? Of course, epic difficulty doesn't provide as much currency per kill as legendary, but if you can have a build that never dies in epic and it is very fast, it kills enemies very fast, because this one will be destroying enemies in epic difficulty, bosses and everything. Epic will be easy to this build. And also, if we don't have the minus 60% penalty of legendary difficulty, then we get everything maxed out here. Everything. Maybe except for this one, but this one is not really that necessary. But yeah, we don't get a penalty to this one. Anyway, you get the point. So, soon I will show you my other all cursed build. This is the all cursed 2, it is called 2 because I have another one before this one, which I made. I don't know if you like the build, leave a comment below guys, let me know your opinions, ideas, whatever you have to say. Also remember to subscribe if you haven't done so yet for more content of Titan Quest. And I'll see you soon again with more content. Have a great day.